Hey guys, Brittany Brooks here. I'm a Christian brain rewiring coach. I help people reverse chronic symptoms so they can get healthy and start living a happy, healthy life again. And if you've been avoiding foods because of reactions, or maybe you're worried you're going to get a ton of symptoms, then this video is for you. So today we're going to actually talk about how to train for food sensitivities using brain rewiring principles and why exposure alone usually isn't enough. You first need to, most importantly, prepare your nervous system. So let's get into it. Food sensitivities aren't just physical, they're neurological. So when your brain has been in survival mode for a long period of time, it starts to misinterpret safe foods as threats. And this is actually called limbic system dysfunction. You might eat something totally harmless, but the brain sounds the alarm anyway. So before we even begin to reintroduce foods, we have to calm the limbic system and rewire those pathways so that we can shift from fear to safety. The goal is to train your brain to recognize food as safe again, and not by forcing, but by gradual, strategic steps. So the first step is you absolutely have to lower your baseline. So before you reintroduce any foods, you first need to lower your baseline. And if you're in a heightened state, do not try it. But here's what that looks like. You'll start with daily breath work to regulate your nervous system. You can also do things like visualization. You can practice mood elevation, things like exercising, laughing, praising, worshiping, dancing. And then you need to replace those fearful thoughts like I'm going to get food, I'm going to get a reaction, to this is healthy and nutritious. So yeah, if you skip even one of these steps, then you might get it'll probably give you a nervous system reaction, and you do need to make sure you're regulated before you actually start with exposure. So once you've been consistent with regulation tools for maybe, give it a couple of weeks, then that's when exposure can actually begin. You can start to bring things back in. So start with foods that feel less scary. Maybe that's plain rice, maybe it's vegetables, maybe it's fruits. Just, whatever you're not absolutely terrified of. Now, here's how to do it. You've got to make sure that you're in this regulated state, but you really want to make sure that you are happy and calm. Those are the two, that's my rules is that you need to be in a calm state, and it's even better if you can act happy around the trigger. So, during, while you're eating the food, just make sure that, that you are happy and that you are in a calm state, and that you tell your brain that this food is safe, and then smile a lot, and then just try to stay relaxed. But I remember I would just stay super happy and excited, and I would even dance to some of my favorite songs, and this actually tells your body that you're okay and there's no need to protect you anymore. So after eating, what you could do is you can celebrate the win. So you can journal what went well, and don't spiral if symptoms do show up. It is absolutely part of the process. So remember, you're training your brain, and it does take time. So remember, patience is important, and to be consistent with it as well. That's very important. So here's what to keep in mind: you don't have to go from zucchini to cheese pizza overnight. So that's really important to understand that you do need to just be patient with the process, and then layer in foods like oats, maybe eggs, or a small amount of dairy, just a little bit, once your brain is no longer reacting to the simpler foods. And you'll gain more confidence as you keep going. But for tougher foods like milk, chili, or gluten, take extra time to pre-wire your nervous system with visualization and faith-based affirmations before and after eating. And if you notice a stress spike, just don't panic. That's a signal to just simply slow down, reset your baseline, and then rewire a little bit longer before trying again. So it's absolutely vital that you are in a regulated state when you start training on foods, because exposure with your nervous system work and mindset rewiring, it actually sends safety signals to your brain and gives you neuroplastic changes. And once you get that food in, it's in. So that's the power of neuroplasticity, is that your brain is always learning and changing, and once it sees that the food is safe, you shouldn't have reactions going forward. So just be consistent with it and keep inviting God into the process. He's not just healing your body, but He's actually transforming your mind. So if you want a step-by-step blueprint for this process, I created a free ebook called Simple Habits to actually rewire your brain, and this guide is attached in the description below, and you can download it in the link. I'll put the link in the description so you can download it. And be sure to watch the Fatigue and Sensitivity Masterclass so that you can learn even more about exposure therapy and brain rewiring and how faith actually fits in. And just want to encourage you, because you're not broken, you're just basically stuck in a survival wiring. And with a little bit of time and a little bit of work, you can actually rewire those neural pathways. So God bless you. I'll see you in the next video.